My name's Sophie Marjanac. I'm an environmental lawyer and I'm the Climate Accountability Lead here at ClientEarth. ClientEarth is a charity that uses the power of the law to protect the planet and its people. We are a legal, non-government organisation that takes legal action to tackle some of the most difficult environmental problems of today. We are fighting climate change, protecting nature, making forest governance stronger, greening energy, making business more responsible, and pushing for government transparency. We work in the UK, the EU, Central and Eastern Europe, and around the world. Greenwashing is a really big issue right now and quite serious, and that's because many of the companies most responsible for global warming are using these huge, big budget advertising campaigns to green their image. And we brought this complaint against BP, but obviously many others in the oil sector are spending millions of pounds on advertising, including Shell and ExxonMobil. And they're doing that deliberately to talk up their green credentials and to influence policymakers and to essentially purchase a license to operate, because there is growing concern among the public about climate change. When a heavily polluting company is using so much money to boost their social license, this is an issue for the public good. But ordinary people don't know how to tell the difference, and that's where NGOs like ClientEarth come in. We really need to take complaints like this against the oil majors to highlight this discrepancy between what they're telling consumers and the public and what they're telling their investors. And that, we hope, will shine a spotlight on this issue and the fact that one can't necessarily trust these large companies to be honest with the public and to protect and educate consumers about the reality of climate change and their business. Late last year, we brought a complaint against the oil giant BP in relation to its greenwashed advertising campaign. This is the one you've seen around London, often in train stations and airports. We brought this complaint because these advertisements give the impression that the company is transitioning towards renewables, when in reality, it's still spending over 97% of its capex on its traditional fossil fuel business and has no apparent plans to change this. So, as part of our campaign, we're calling on all fossil fuel advertising to come with a tobacco-style health warning. We believe that all companies need to transition their businesses to be in line with the goals of the Paris Climate Agreement. But in the meantime, we think that heavily polluting companies should not be able to mislead the public in their advertising and mislead the public about the role that they're playing in global warming. So we really hope that our complaint can serve as a precedent for these other campaigns that are being run by the oil majors. And we hope that we can encourage a greater standard of honesty in advertising and to encourage the public to really see the reality that the fossil fuel companies say that they're part of the solution, and yet to date they are not genuinely changing to reduce their production and reduce their emissions so that we can meet our climate goals. People often ask, what can I do to help the environment? And I always think of a quote from Christiana Figueres, who was the responsible for negotiating the Paris Agreement, and that is, you don't have to change your life and become a climate activist, but think about what you can do in your own environment, in your own workplace and in your own home and within your community to make a difference. And if you use your skills and expertise in the best way that you can to reduce emissions, to encourage people around you to be aware of climate change, to care for the environment, then you will be the change that you want to see in the world.